Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Austin Reaves had a spectacular regular season and NBA analysts were already saying that he would be a big star this year. The playoffs arrived and Austin Reaves' game disappeared and the scoring load fell entirely on Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Lakers owner Jeanie Buss did not allow Austin Reaves to be traded and called him untouchable on the roster. But after these bad moments in the playoffs, the Lakers board will review this situation. Because for the Lakers the NBA is a business and they want to be champions and need a solid star in the playoffs, and to get this third star, the only way to get this is by trading Austin Reaves, who has great value in the NBA and is coveted by several teams. The best trade would be Austin Reaves for Zion Williamson from the Pelicans, because Zion Williamson is a young player, tall, strong, explosive and attacks the basket very often. He is the perfect type of player for the Lakers. Even if Zion Williamson does not take much care of his physical conditioning, the Lakers can adjust and keep him healthy, because he is very young. Rumors are strong, Lakers will trade Austin Reaves for a third star, to be able to have firepower in the playoffs. After a slow start to the year, it seemed the addition of fellow plotting scorer Luka Doncic into the Los Angeles Lakers mix gave guard Austin Reaves new life. Before Doncic, he'd averaged 18.2 points on a 45/37/83 shooting line. Once the Slovenian stallion arrived, though, Reaves really turned it up. In the final 32 games, during which LA went 21-11, the fourth-year man jumped up to 22.8 points on a slash line of 48/39/91 that would have nearly added him to the 50/40/90 club if stretched over a full campaign. However, he's dropped back down to his pre-Doncic levels right when they need him to step up the most, in the playoffs. Reaves is a pylon on defense, so a team would need him to be even more efficient than usual on the offensive end to make his presence on the court worthwhile. Instead, he's averaging just 17.3 points on a 42/35/86 shooting line. Lakers fans turn on Reaves due to playoff struggles. The worst part about Austin Reaves' recent performances, especially in Game 4, is his inability to get anything done down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Reaves went 2-for-7 from deep in the final frame of that Game 4 loss, missing more than a couple wide-open looks that could have changed the complexion of the game. Overall, he's 4-for-13 from the field in the fourth quarter during these playoffs. That 30.8 shooting percentage is tied for 10th worst among players with 10-plus FGAs in this postseason. Exacerbating matters is the fact that Doncic is shooting just 29.4% in the fourth. If he's not hitting three-point shots for you, Reaves is not doing much else, which is why the Lakers faithful has become extremely, and perhaps slightly disproportionately, frustrated with Reaves during this four-game series, which the Minnesota Timberwolves lead 3-1. One fan on Twitter shared a gif of Reggie Miller's infamous choking sign with the caption, "Austin Reaves in the playoffs. He's a bum. Trade him." Another comically gifted user, who likely supported Reaves during his hot stretch, shared a gif from the movie Django Unchained of Samuel L. Jackson's character holding and crying over the dying Leonardo DiCaprio with the caption, "Reaves playing his way into trade rumors this offseason." Other fans were a little more straightforward in communicating their disappointment with Reaves. Trade Reaves as soon as he's available to be traded. Others simply pointed out, arguably correctly, that we gotta trade Reaves while we still can. He's literally a non-factor this series, while others were thinking more strategically, trade Reaves for a center, I'm done bro. It's clear that the Lakers need size and defense, neither of which Reaves provides. So, while the fans are placing more blame at Reaves' feet than he probably deserves, he also doesn't bring anything unique to the table for this Lakers team. Reaves and the Lakers will look to bounce back and save their 2025 skins in Game 5 against the Wolves back home in LA on Tuesday night. The LA Lakers' most disappointing player in the NBA playoffs looks totally lost versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The LA Lakers endured a 113-116 loss in Game 4 of their first-round playoff matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Despite having almost a 10-point lead entering the fourth quarter, the LA Lakers failed to make their clutch shots, and this resulted in the Minnesota Timberwolves taking a 3-1 lead in the series. LeBron James and Luka Doncic once again had big games as the duo combined to score 65 points for the purple and gold. However, their efforts were undone by a fiery Anthony Edwards, who was incredible down the stretch and led Timberwolves to a win at home. Austin Reaves went scoreless in the first half, but stepped up with 17 points to finish the game. He also had the chance to tie the game on the final possession, but missed the shot, which meant the Lakers would lose out Game 4. This was another indication of how poor Reaves has been in the playoffs, as his contributions have showed up in the stat sheet, but he has just failed to make any impact on the team as a whole. Austin Reaves' three-point shooting has dropped for the LA Lakers. However, he has shot only 32% from beyond the arc in the playoffs and is also taking 8 three-point attempts per game. While shooting slump is something natural, Reaves has also turned the ball over an awful lot in the playoffs, averaging 2.3 turnovers in the 4 games so far. JJ Redick has been very critical of the Lakers conceding a lot of turnovers, and this problem also seems to stay as they had 10 in Game 4. With Reaves going scoreless in the first half, the entire Lakers offense came from the superstar duo of Doncic and James, who scored 43 of the team's first 58 points. The bench had no impact on the game whatsoever as they scored only 6 points. With others contributing so little, the Lakers will find it tough to win, which is why they need Reaves to step up and help out their star duo. View tweet. Austin Reaves' defense has been poor all series for the LA Lakers. Aside from not being great on the offensive end of the floor, Reaves has also been poor defensively, and that was once again on display in Game 4. Timberwolves' big Naz Reid absolutely bullied Reaves on one play and made a basket on one possession in fourth quarter. It was a matchup horror, but that is a situation the Lakers will have to find a way to face, as they do not have a viable option in the center position to replace Jackson Hayes, and Redick even spoke about after their loss in Game 3. Almost every guard on the Timberwolves was able to easily score on the Lakers, and some fault here belongs to Reaves. Earlier, the Lakers guard was used to putting up elite performances on both ends of the floor, and his brilliance even propelled the Lakers to the conference finals. View tweet. He had a career year in the regular season and was expected to step up and be the third guy on the Lakers. However, he has slowed down, and that is what seems to be affecting them the most. They expected to have a player in him who can make plays on his own, but also knock down shots when needed in the playoffs. With the series at 3-1, the Lakers still have time, and Reaves could also prove himself by stepping up in the remainder of the games. Austin Reaves, Lakers still have another day to fight. The Los Angeles Lakers had a chance to win both Games 3 and 4 on the road against the Minnesota Timberwolves, but were not able to close it out in either contest, so they now face a daunting 3-1 series deficit. In Game 4, LA had a double-digit lead in the second half and looked to be on their way to evening the series. JJ Redick opted to play the same 5 guys the entire second half, and it came back to bite them as Minnesota came back and hung on for the win. Austin Reaves had a chance to tie it with a corner triple at the buzzer, but it unfortunately rimmed out. Winning 3 straight against this Timberwolves team will not be easy, but Reaves knows the series isn't over, as seen on Spectrum Sportsnet. Anytime you have an opportunity to go lace them up and play again, you're not out of it. A lot of these games besides Game 1 could have got our way if we made a couple more plays down the stretch. But we didn't, dug ourselves in a hole. The sun will come up tomorrow, and we still another day to fight. In Game 4, the Lakers had a 36-point third quarter to appear to take control of the game, outscoring the Timberwolves by 13 in the frame. Reaves discussed what they did well that they can replicate to find more success to get back in the series. I thought we did a lot of good in that third quarter. As you can tell, we outscored them by 13, and we just continued to get good looks. We gotta watch the film and see how we can do that almost every possession. You gotta have a good look almost every possession. Even in that fourth quarter, we had some good looks that we didn't convert. I think I had 2 threes that were basically wide open that I didn't make. I think Bron had a layup, Luka had a layup. So you just gotta continue to fight and believe in yourself. The fourth quarter was the difference in both Games 3 and 4, So if Reeves and the Lakers want to make this a series, then they must figure out how to execute better to close out these games. They now have a couple of days to regroup before returning to Crypto.com Arena for Game 5 on Wednesday night. Luka Doncic, Lakers need to believe to erase 3-1 deficit. Luka Doncic agreed with Austin Reeves that this series isn't over and stressed the need for the Lakers to continue believing. It's definitely disappointing, but nothing is lost. We haven't lost nothing yet. It's first to 4 wins and we just gotta still believe. Timberwolves have exposed Lakers' lack of depth and size. The Minnesota Timberwolves are up 3-1 against the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs, and one NBA analyst believes the Timberwolves have exposed the Lakers' lack of depth and size. Andy Bailey of Bleacher Report outlined some reasons why the Timberwolves are up 3-1 on the Lakers. He said Anthony Edwards is outperforming Luka Doncic, the Lakers are too small and the Timberwolves are too deep and strong on the road. LA has one of the most dynamic offensive top threes in the league with Luka, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves, Bailey wrote. But this series has exposed its lack of depth and size, two weaknesses that were likely to doom the Lakers either now or somewhere down the road. Game 5 between the Lakers and Timberwolves is on Wednesday. All signs point toward Minnesota eliminating Los Angeles in the first round. Doncic, James, Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and Dorian Finney-Smith played the entire second half for the Lakers in Game 4. It was the first time in the play-by-play era that 5 players didn't come out in a half of a postseason game. Lakers center Jackson Hayes has started all 4 games in this series, Bailey wrote. Sunday, he played 4 minutes, picked up 2 fouls, left the game and never came back. And while coach J.J. Redick's desire to play small is understandable, especially with how much Hayes has struggled in this series, he's averaging under 10 minutes a game, it's tough to pull off against a team as big and physical as the Timberwolves. Even when Minnesota plays small, it's big. Naz Reid, particularly in fourth quarters, has been a nightmare for LA to defend. Julius Randle's juggernaut game has had the Lakers reeling on several possessions. Edwards is huge for a shooting guard. And the Timberwolves have won the rebounding battle in 2 of their wins, while tying in that column for the third. Unfortunately for the Lakers, there's nothing they can do to simply get bigger between now and Game 5. The Lakers are in trouble. No one expects them to win Game 5, even though the contest is in Los Angeles. The Timberwolves are the better team and have the more experienced head coach. LeBron James is once again haunted by longtime career narrative, Skip Bayless makes "I can't believe" statement. LeBron James might be 40 years old in his 18th playoff appearance, but he's experiencing a familiar story come around again. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers are down 3-1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Despite being the 3rd seed, the Lakers are looking like the weaker team. Many feel the Lakers are down for the count in this series. But LeBron James and Luka Doncic believe they still have a chance. Things have not been easy for James, who had a heated altercation with Anthony Edwards. It looks like the pressure is getting to him. Despite being in his 18th NBA playoffs, the King is proving a decades-long narrative about him true with his recent performances. For years, one of the biggest negatives about LeBron James' game that has been discussed is his performance in late-game situations. Unlike Michael Jordan, many believe that LeBron James doesn't play well in clutch time. Perhaps no one has peddled this narrative more than Skip Bayless. After last night's game, Bayless took shots at James for not having the clutch gene, which is why the Lakers collapsed in the fourth quarter. "I can't believe what I just witnessed. Was I ever wrong about today's Game 4? LeBron James just wasn't born with the clutch gene. Poor man, he's got it all, but he doesn't have the clutch gene." Proven again down the stretch of Game 3 and throughout the fourth quarter today. I'm not going to be wrong about this. The Kings' miserable recent playoff record. LeBron James just hasn't been doing well in the playoffs in recent years. In the last few years, James has a record of 2-11. For someone who has had such a stellar playoff record, his recent exploits have not been great. And this playoff series hasn't done much to dispel that. In the fourth quarter of this series, James is averaging 5.3 points per game. This is about 1.8 points shy of his career 7.0 points per game average in the fourth quarter of the playoffs. This might not seem significant, but given how the Lakers have suffered without his scoring, Luka Doncic can only do so much, and Austin Reaves has been underwhelming. Perhaps it's his age catching up to him, or perhaps the narrative about him has always been true. Whatever the case may be, LeBron James' poor performances in the clutch, offensively at least, are hurting the Lakers.